As we continue our look into the control bar, let's start now by moving into this first button in this last group, and this is the computer keyboard to MIDI button. Now what happens when this is enabled is some of the keys on your computer typing keyboard, the ASDF type keys, are going to actually create MIDI notes so you can hear what a sound sounds like if you're experimenting. This is very helpful if you're on a portable, like on a plane or something, you don't have a MIDI keyboard. You can do this. So if you're following along and you have access to the projects, open up Assignments and Monitor. Then after that's open, come over here and click on to enable this. Again, clicking on it turns it on and off, or Command-Shift-K, or for Windows Control-Shift-K, is going to toggle that on and off also. Then once that is enabled, we have to turn a track on for Record Enable. So down here on track 1, Industrial Bass, near the bottom, I'm going to click on this Record Arm button there. So now I'm playing A on my keyboard, G above that. So now I'm going to toggle over so we can look at a picture of this keyboard I've created. And this is also in your resource file if you want to look at this at some point. But these letters through the center, A, S, D, F, G, H, J, K, plus one more L, will become the white keys of your keyboard, so to speak. And then the letters W, E, T, Y, U, and the letter O become the black keys. And down here we can see they become C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, plus an extra note D again. That corresponds to this center row here. And then the black keys, this becomes C sharp or D flat. This becomes D sharp or E flat, etc. But 2 black keys, 3 black keys like on the piano, plus one more. Then notice also I've got 2 sets of keys here, highlighted in orange and purple. When we type the Z, we're going to move this C down in octaves. So all these notes can be moved down lower with this Z key, or up higher to the next octave with the X key. Let's take a look at that now. Now when you first launch this setting, turn this on, it should come up so that, and down here in status bar you can track as I type in X, it should come up with the setting C5 to D6 as the default. So when I play the A now, it's very high. All you have to do to make it lower is type a Z and watch here. C4, C3, C2, C1 is the lowest note on most mid-size keyboards, so I'll play that now. And we're in the bass range. We need that sometimes. If you want to be higher, again typing X, and you can track here X, X, X moves it up, and Z, Z, Z moves it down. So we got A, W, S, E, D, F, etc. Let's take one more look at the keyboard, and let's talk about the purple ones, C and V. These are going to increase the strength of the note that you're playing, which can alter most sounds. So as I type C, it's going to subtract velocity by 20 points from that note, and as I type the letter V, it will add 20 to the velocity of any of these notes I might play on my computer keyboard. Let's go back and take a look at that. Now again, you can see this down here. I'm going to type an A. Now as I type a V, we can see it going up 20 points at a time, up to a maximum of 120. Again, I'm typing the C now, and it's subtracting down to the lowest of 20. Now play A again, that's very soft. And we can see that registering here soft. Let's type V until we get up to the maximum of 120, and watch in here now. I'm typing the same A on my keyboard. It registers stronger, and the sound comes out brighter. Now not all sounds respond to decreased or increased velocity, but most do. Okay, so again, Z and X. Z moves us down, X moves us up our imaginary keyboard, C decreases the strength of every note, and V adds velocity or increases its strength. So that's how we're going to use this computer keyboard to become a MIDI keyboard. Now this is stored in your resources file as an image, so if you want to have access to this and print it out, you can certainly do that. Okay, so this concludes our look now at this turning our computer keyboard into a MIDI keyboard or computer MIDI keyboard button. And again, clicking on it toggles it on and off, or Command-Shift-K also toggles that on and off. Next, we'll take a look at how to use keys on our keyboard to activate in certain aspects of Ableton Live. One thing to remember though as we look at this is that whenever this is active, any of the keys on our computer keyboard that we've assigned to trigger something will no longer be available for this, because our computer MIDI keyboard takes priority over any key assignments. That'll become more clear in our next movie as we look at the key assignments.